Good afternoon, everybody. We welcome you to Mosinee, Wisconsin for today's coverage of great Northern Conference baseball brought to you by Mammoth Mortgage. Jack Weber along with my good friend Brendan Retzloff here in Mosinee as it's the Mosinee Indians and the Medford Raiders. Mosinee playing their first game of the season. They were scheduled to play last week, but against Ashwaubenon, but some weather, which is just the telltale all for spring in Wisconsin. Weather is so unpredictable, but we're here today. It's a little cooler today, some wind blowing that may play a factor. We'll see throughout the game. Medford coming in 0-1. They had a loss against Wausau East, so Coach Chandler Schmidt and the Raiders looking to try to get to 500. Mosinee trying to start off on a winning note with head coach Ty Cook. And we'll start with our starting lineups first for Medford. Leading off and playing third base, number 3, Will Wojcik. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 9, Parker Lisner. Batting third and pitching, number 7, Hayden Strebig. Batting fourth and DHing, number 10, Charlie Garrell. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 2, Ryder Krasniewski. Batting sixth and catching, number 21, Evan Zarneski. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 5, Sawyer Elsner. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 1, Evan Wilkins. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 8, Sam Hillmeyer. And the first baseman today is number 6, Brody Paulson for Medford. Again, that's the lineup sent to us by Coach Chandler Schmidt. Now for the Mosinee Indians under Coach Ty Cook, leading off and playing second base, number 16, Tyler Bars. Batting second and playing left field, number 24, Elliot Yurkovsky. Batting third and playing first base, number 5, Brady Locken. Batting sixth and playing center field, number 6, Carter Fondre. Batting fifth in the DH today for Mosinee, number 47, Sebastian Anderson. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 0, Parker Filipiak. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 23, Stoffel. Batting eighth and catching, number 3, Noah Zebro. Batting ninth and playing right field, number 8, Zach Nishuda. And on the mound today for Mosinee is number 2, Ethan Oatman. So again, for Medford, it's Wojcik, Lisner, Strebig, Garrell, Krasniewski, Zarneski, Elsner, Wilkins, Hillmeyer. And for Mosinee, it's Bars, Yurkovsky, Locken, Fondre, Anderson, Filipiak, Stoffel, Zebro, and Nishuda.
At shortstop, number 9, Parker Lisner.
That's Nahuda.
Pitching tonight, number 7, Hayden Strebig.
No, I was just hoping you were correct.
At designated hitter, number 10, Charlie Grio. At second base, number 2, Reston Krasniewski. At catcher, number 21, Evan Zarneski. In right field, number 5, Sawyer Elsner. In center field, number 1, Evan Wilkins. In left field, number 8, Sam Hillmeyer. And at first base, number 6, Brody Paulson. And your starting lineup for your Mosinee Indians. Playing second base and batting first, number 16, Tyler Bars. Batting second, left fielder, number 24, Elliot Yurkovsky. Batting third, playing first base, number 5, Brady Locken. Batting fourth, in center field, number 6, Carter Fondre. Your designated hitter tonight, number 47, Sebastian Anderson. Playing third base, number 0, Parker Filipiak. Playing shortstop, number 20, Treve Stoffel. Your catcher, number 3, Noah Zebro. And in right field, number 8, Zach Nahuda. And your pitcher for this evening, number 2, Ethan Oatman. And now, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
national anthem kicking things off. Again, Mosinee has yet to play a game this year against. Weather has gotten in the way of that, but off to start of the season today. Medford again 0-1. They lost to Wausau East their last time out. So both teams looking to get a positive result. One team trying to get to 500, one team trying to start on a winning note. And Mosinee defense looks like this. You got Yurkovsky in left, Fondre in center, Nahuda in right, Filipiak at third, Stoffel at short, Bars at second, Locken at first, with Zebro behind the plate and Oatman on the mound. So first three, Wojcik, Lisner, and Strebig for Medford. Again, today's game is brought to you by Bax Family Chiropractic in Rothschild. They provide personalized chiropractic care no matter what issue your body is battling, from migraines and anxiety to stress or a wide variety of youth issues. Let Bax Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve.
Keep an eye on me. First time doing it here, so just doesn't look too challenging.
Again, Mosinee last year undefeated in conference play. These were the top two teams in conference last year. Mosinee was 12-0. Medford finished 10-2. Mosinee had a tough loss in the state championship against Edgewood last year in Appleton, 12-6 in the state championship. So Mosinee trying to get back there, and it's a long season, but we've got quite a talented crew here at Mosinee, so it'll be an interesting season to watch as we're about ready to get things going, as Oatman is ready to start, as Will Wojcik ready to dig in. Third baseman today for Medford. Both teams using a DH today. Mosinee using it for their pitcher, as Oatman's first offering is low and in the dirt. Ball one, 1-0 on Wojcik. Two teams consistently finish in the top two in this conference, as that's low and inside once again. 2 balls and no strikes on Wojcik. The 2-0. High, 3-0. Again, it's a little cold today, but not a terrible spring day. It's definitely better than some of the weather we've been having recently. No snow, that's always a good thing. 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk to start things out. Not the best start for Oatman, as leadoff man is aboard, and that'll bring on Parker Lisner. Oatman takes a look at Wojcik, and quick throw back to first, and Wojcik back with a dive. Medford's 2 conference losses came to Mosinee last year, so this is definitely a big conference rivalry. That's high, and it's 1-0. It's a 1-0 pitch, and in there for a strike. First strike of the day thrown by Oatman after 5 consecutive balls to start the game. Oatman takes a look over at first at Wojcik. And break-even pitch. Wojcik takes off. Throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base for Will Wojcik. Wasn't a bad throw by Zebro, just Stoffel just was looking for a ball, and Zebro now out there to talk with Oatman. Little over the place to start things out here, but still early. Runner at second, nobody out. 2-1 count on Lisner. From full bathrooms to kitchen remodels and new construction, Varney Brothers Kitchen and Bath is your local builder specializing in the 2 most important rooms in your home. Start your path to a beautiful new bathroom or kitchen with Varney Brothers Kitchen and Bath. Look at second on Wojciech, deals the 2-1. Swing and a miss, a big cut from Lisner, count even 2-2. Check off. Small lead. Drifting off just a bit. Now drifts off. And a line drive into center. That's into the gap. Wojciech is going to round third. He will score easy. It's an RBI single for Parker Lisner, and Medford draws first blood. They lead it 1-0. That was stung into the gap. A good job by Nahuda to cut that one off, prevent an extra base hit, but still damage done. 1-0 Medford. Hayden Strebig, the pitcher, will now dig in. First pitch, and Strebig takes one for a strike. Just caught that inside corner. Holtman ready. And off goes Lisner, swinging a foul ball, which benefits Mosinee because there was no way Zebro was going to get Lisner at second. It's 0-2 now on Strebig.
New batter. Okay.
No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. 1-0 Medford on the RBI single by Lisner. And Oltmann will look Lisner back. The 0-2. And a chopper on the ground to second. Bars has got it. He's got to hurry, and he fires to first. And he gets Strebig by about a step and a half. Strebig was busting it down the line. Lisner goes to second. There is the first out. And that'll bring on the DH, Charlie Garrell. Productive out for Strebig. He moves the runner. And that foul ball is actually looming pretty big because if that had not been a foul ball, Lisner would probably be on third base right now, as that's right down the middle for a strike. And 0-1 on Garrell. Soflin Bars keeping a close eye on Lisner. You know he'll run. He took off in the last at bat. Here's the 0-1. And that is hooked foul and out of play. It's 0-2. So Oltmann, after having a little bit of a struggle finding the zone early, he's been able to find it now. He's pretty much been throwing nothing but strikes since then. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 from Oltmann. And a called strike 3. Good pitch from Oltmann, his first strikeout of the day, and there's 2 down. And that'll bring on Ryder Krasniewski. Oltmann ready and deals, and that is inside. Throw back to second. No one's there, and a nice job by Bars to block that ball. That goes into center field. Lisner might have gone to third. Hard to tell. Would have depended on how far it rolled into the grass. Ball and no strikes on Krasniewski. Lisner, small lead off second. Oltmann looks at him, takes another peek, and fires the 1-0. That is high. 2 balls and no strikes now on Krasniewski. Oltmann trying to limit the damage to 1 run. That'd be a big lift for Mosinee after a shaky start, as that is right down Main Street for a strike. A late strike call by the umpire. Balls and 1 strike. Oltmann ready once again. Takes another look at Lisner, keeping a strong eye on him. Lisner leads off, and the 2-1 is bounced to third. Coming in is Filipiak. Fields throws, and it's in time to get Krasniewski. RBI single by Parker Lisner. The Raiders get one. That's all they get. We're going to the bottom of the first. Mosinee coming up. It's 1-0 Medford. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Medford on an RBI single by Parker Lisner. That's all the Medford Raiders do in the top half of the first. And first three due up for Mosinee: Tyler Bars, Elliot Yurkovsky, and Brady Locke. And the defense for Medford looks like this. You got Hellmeyer in left field, Wilkins in center, Elsner in right. Infield at third, it's Wojciech, Lisner at short, Krasniewski at second. Brody Paulson, the defensive sub for the DH, is at first base. Zarneski behind the plate with Strebig on the mound. And after a shaky start by Ethan Oatman, he was able to calm down and throw quite a bit of strikes and was able to put the ball in play. Again, was a strike that he threw to Lisner. It was just scalded into the gap, but a good job by Oatman to get out of what could have been maybe a tougher situation and limit the Raiders to only one run. As Strebig will work with the lead, and he'll face Tyler Bars to lead things off.
What the hell? It didn't clear it. Next batter. No, it didn't. Next inning.
Always entertaining when these two teams meet up as Bars swings at the first pitch and pops it out of play. And it's 0-1 now on Bars. No balls, one strike. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a foul tip, or regardless, it's strike two. No balls and two strikes on Bars. He's had two good pitches to hit. He's just come up short. Here's the 0-2. Liner into right field. That's down for a base hit. Just past the outreached arm of Krasniewski, and a leadoff hit for Tyler Bars, and the leadoff man is on for Mosinee. That was ripped. Just had that sound. One of the best sounds in all the world is a ball hitting a bat, whether it's wood or aluminum. Apparently Brendan does not agree with me. Yeah, that's right. Brendan's a golfer. One of the biggest days of golf coming up tomorrow, and a check swing, and Yurkovsky went around. It's 0-1. At a little golf course called Augusta. I don't know if that's actually what it's called. It's in Augusta. Here's the 0-1. And that is low outside. Count even 1-1. Here's the 1-1 break-even pitch on the ground to short. Going to be a tough play. Lisner picks it, throws to second for the out, and that's all they'll get. Good job by Krasniewski to cover. Goes 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Yurkovsky will reach to first, and that'll bring on a man with one out for Brady Locken, the first baseman. 1 out, runner on. First pitch to Locken, and Yurkovsky back with a dive. Strebig looks in, takes a look at Yurkovsky, and fires. And a big cut and a miss, 0-1 on Locken. That was an aggressive rip. I respect the cut on a opening pitch from Locken. Came up just a bit empty. No balls, 1 strike. Another peek at first. Here it is. Lock-in takes one low. Count even 1-1. Break-even pitch, and instead it's thrown over to first, and back with a dive is Yurkovsky. Strebig has a dangerous pickoff move. He kind of has that look where it looks like he's going to throw over, then he's going to go back into his motion. And the break-even pitch is in there for a strike. Throw down to second. It's going to be close, and in there is Yurkovsky as it kicks away from Krasniewski. Listener there to back it up as Yurkovsky stays at second. 1-2 now on Lock-in. Runner at second, 1 out for Mosinee, trailing 1-0. 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and Lock-in down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for Strebig. And that'll bring on Carter Fondre. First offering to Fondre is down in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes. 1-0. And outside 2-0 now on Fondre. Strebig takes another look back to second, fires the 2-0, and on the ground to third, and past the dive of Wojciech. Coming around third and trying to score is Yurkovsky, and there will be no play. It's an RBI single for Carter Fondre, and this game is tied.
I did a pitch. Yep, that's not a problem.
2-out RBI hit for Carter Fondre, and we are all even at 1. Brand new ball game here in Mosinee. Again, that was just out of the reach of Will Wojciech. Not a bad effort, but it just snuck through, and the speed of Yurkovsky was enough to score. As a runner at first now with 2 outs for Sebastian Anderson. The DH today for Mosinee. First pitch, and Anderson takes one high outside. 1 ball and no strikes. And a interesting approach, swinging away on 2-0. But when you see a pitch that you like, you take it. Here's the 1-0. Bounces in the dirt, and that kicks away from Zarneski. And on his way to second goes Fondre, rounds second. An aggressive turn. He'll retreat back. 2 balls and no strikes now on Anderson, and a runner at second again.
There's a lot going on here compared to like the hockey one.
2 balls, no strikes on Anderson. And that kicks away again from Zarneski, and Fondre will go to third. That one should be a pass ball. The first one might have been a wild pitch. That one should be scored as a pass ball. 3-0 now on Anderson. As Strebig deals, and in there for a strike. Generous call. It's 3-1. Go-ahead run standing 90 feet away. 3 balls and 1 strike on Anderson. Here it is. Anderson, big cut and a miss, and the count is full. Strebig trying to get out of this with maintaining the lead. Anderson trying to give Mosinee the early advantage. Here's a 3-2 and a ground ball, and that is going to be a tough play. Coming in charging is Krasniewski. Throw to first, and what a pick at first. by Brody Paulson. And Streebig gets out of it. The game is tied. RBI single by Carter Fondre. We have played one complete. It is 1-1 in Mosinee. We'll take a break. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Top of the second inning here in Mosinee, all even at 1 as both teams trade runs in the first inning. Infinity Exteriors installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. As Zarneski, first pitch swinging back up the middle, a base hit. Evan Zarneski wasting no time. He jumps the first pitch from Oatman and a leadoff base runner for Medford once again. Sawyer Elsner, the right fielder. Runner at first, nobody out. First pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Good block by Zebro. Both pitchers are pretty even with pitch count. I believe Treebig ended with 21 and Oatman just threw his 20th pitch. Taking off and going down to second is Zarneski, and there will be no play. Elsner squared to bunt. I think that might have fooled Zebro a little bit. It was a little low down in the dirt as well, and just not enough time to get it out of his glove, and another stolen base for Medford. Two balls, no strikes on Elsner. Here's the 2-0, and squaring to bunt and bunting foul is Elsner. And in there for a strike. Count is even 2-2. Now we got to
add over here for home. We can't on that side because it's whatever. I got to get the home up right though.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Elsner. Taking off is Zarneski again. Big cut and a miss. Throw down to third, and in there safely is Zarneski. Not a bad throw by Zebro, but just a good jump by Zarneski. So, second strikeout of the day for Oatman, but a runner at third with only 1 out for Evan Wilkins. First pitch and a ground ball to short. Stoffel's got it on a hop. Fields throws and is close. Safe at first is Evan Wilkins. That'll be an infield hit and an RBI, and Medford regains the lead quickly. It only as the tie only lasted 3 batters. The run would have scored anyway. It was a very close play at first. Sam Hillmeyer now step in with Medford back on top, 2-1. Throw back to first, and Wilkins back with a dive. Flipiak at third, shaded in with bunt depth. Definitely not a wrong assumption at this point. And off goes Wilkins, and Zebro's throw down to second, and it hits Wilkins. which actually benefits Mosinee, as that's kept it in the infield. As another stolen base, that's the third stolen base of the inning for Medford. One and 0, and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Oatman in some trouble once again. 1 out, runner at second. Oatman takes another look at Wilkins and steps off. And there goes Wilkins once again, down in the dirt, and no throw from Zebro. Wilkins goes to third. Three balls and no strikes on Sam Hillmeyer. Here's a 3-0, and that is high, a 4-pitch walk. And that'll bring it back to the top of the order. Runners at the corners with only 1 out for Will Wojcik, who walked and scored in his first at-bat last inning. He had a 4-pitch walk. Two to 1 Medford looking for more. Runners at the corners with only 1 out. Oatman's first pitch, and now going to second, and without a throw is Hillmeyer. Obviously, Zebro wasn't going to throw down with Wilkins at third. One ball, no strikes. Runners at second and third with only 1 out. Here's the 1-0, and that is just a bit high. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls and no strikes. Two 0. And that is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Kenny Loggins would say that we're entering the highway to the danger zone if you're Mosinee. 3 balls and no strikes. And now squaring to bunt and pulling it back, and that's another 4-pitch walk to Will Wojcik. And the bases are loaded with only 1 out, and Coach Cook on his way out. And Parker Lisner coming up, who's 1 for 1 with an RBI. As a little bit of a meeting on the mound, we'll see where this is going to go. And with that, Coach Cook will make a call. And we will step aside. We'll take a break, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. As actually, it looks like we're going to figure that out. I will just hang on 1 second. Well, Nahuda is the new pitcher. And Mason Wood will now be in right field for Mosinee. So most likely he'll just take Oatman's place as the defensive replacement. As he is going to enter in a major jam. Bases loaded, only 1 out.
Yeah, I think I just pushed pitcher and it changes that to 0. I'm not sure. I'm guessing.
And finally the weather cooperating. It looks like weather wasn't terrible on Tuesday. It was just a little chilly. Got the battles of the Wausau and softball action. Wausau East versus Wausau West. Menominee Nation is at Amherst. Wisconsin Rapids is at DC Everest. And then our other baseball game today, Wittenberg-Burnhamwood, is at Pacelli today. As Pacelli on top 2-0, I think. 3-0 DC Everest.
There, I got it. I had to do next batter. Nothing.
Ooh, second inning, 19-1 Amherst on top of Menominee Nation. And Wausau, the Battle of the Wausau's is at Commercial. We'll maybe check a score on that later. Zach Nahuda, the new pitcher, as Ethan Oatman's day is done. An inning and a third, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. And 3 walks. As Nahuda will face Parker Lisner. Again, Lisner drove in the first run last inning, RBI single. Bases loaded. Only 1 out. Wilkins at third. Hillmeyer at second and Wojcik at third. And at a first, line drive into left field. That's down for a base hit. Wilkins will score. Coming around and scoring also will be Hillmeyer. It's a 2 RBI single for Parker Lisner, who continues to do damage. It's 4-0. It's 4-1 Medford. He wasted no time. 4-1 Raiders on top.
Next up, number 7.
As Hayden Strebig will step back in. That is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Huda not really keeping an eye on either runner. And deals the 1-0 and a big cut and a miss. Count even 1-1 on Strebig. Strebig 0 for 1. Grounded out to second. It was a productive out. It advanced the runner, which was Lisner last inning at the time. Not amount to a run, but still a productive out. Check on the runner, and the break-even pitch is just a bit high, 2-1. I learned with calling baseballs you can never be too jumpy with calling a ball or a strike, because 99% of the time you're not correct with what you think it is. Quick look at second from Nahuda. Keeping an eye on Wojcik. And the 2-1 is fouled off, sent our way. Thankful to have a roof in the press box. And count even 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And a liner into left field. Back goes Yurkovsky, and that is a foul ball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Medford has 3 runs in already and looking for more. Trying to put Mosinee in a big early hole. Here's the 2-2. And that is high and outside. Full count now on Strebig. Full count. Huda takes a look at second, fires a 3-2, and a swing and a miss by Strebig. And that is a big out for Zach Nahuda, the second out of the inning, and the first strikeout of the day for Nahuda. And with 2 outs, that'll bring on Charlie Garrell. Garrell 0 for 1, he struck out last inning. We'll check at second, Parker Lisner at first. Couple of walks and infield hits, and then the 2-run single by Lisner have been the damage in this inning. Big cut and a miss from Garrell, 0-1. Huda checks the runners once again, deals the 0-1. On the ground to first, Locken fields it on a hop, will take it to the bag himself, and that does it for Medford in the second. Damage done, 3 runs for Medford on 2 hits, and a 4-1 lead for the Raiders. We'll be back after this. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
4-1 Medford leading Mosinee as we enter the bottom of the second, as Coach Cook and the Indians will have to play from behind once again. They trailed 1-0 going into the first. They tied it. They'll have to do it once again. Culligan Water specializes in your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration system needs. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Call Culligan Water today. Parker Filipiak ready to lead things off. It'll be Filipiak, Stoffel, and Zebro. And that is in there for a strike, 0-1. Credit Zach Nahuda for, after that single, he settled down and was able to prevent further damage, and a foul tip in and out of the glove of Zarneski, 0-2. Wasn't exactly a smooth first for Trebig, and a wave at it from Flipiak, and he's down on 3 pitches. And the second strikeout of the day for Trebig, and that'll bring on Treve Stoffel.
Shortstop number 26, Treve Stoffel.
First pitch, and Stoffel takes one low. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. And a big cut and a miss. Foul tip, actually, into the mitt of Zarneski. Count even 1-1. Break even pitch to Stoffel. And low and outside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on Stoffel. Here it is. That is high, 3-1. Right now, if you're Mosinee, you just need a base runner. Three 1, and caught the outside corner, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And Stoffel, a cut and a miss. And back-to-back strikeouts for Trebig. 2 gone here in the second, and that'll bring on Noah Zebro.
Next up, catcher number 3, Noah Zebro.
Noah Zebro trying to get a rally started here in the bottom of the second. You got a lot of baseball left to be played, but you don't want to fall too far behind either. That is in there for a strike. That outside corner is going to be a factor today. That's been called, so hitters from both teams are going to have to adjust to it. Here's the 0-1. And on the ground to second coming in is Krasniewski. Fields throws, has some time, and he gets Zebro by a step. And that is the inning. 1-2-3, painless inning for Trebig. We have played 2. It is 4-1 Medford. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freire, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
For more than 30 years, Seifert Electric has been providing electrical and thermal imaging for residential, commercial, and industrial customers. This family-owned and operated company knows the importance of communication between the electrician and their customers, with a focus towards efficient and quality service. From simple electrical needs, like light fixtures and circuit adjustments, to wiring new construction building sites, you can put your trust in Seifert Electric. Serving all of central and northern Wisconsin, look to Seifert Electric for all your electrical and thermal imaging needs.
Top of the third inning, 4-1 Medford on top here in Mosinee as Ryder Krasniewski, Evan Zarneski, and Sawyer Elsner, first three due up for the Raiders, as Zach Nahuda will try to keep the damage where it is and keep it a 3-run cushion for Medford. And here in the third inning, Stevens Point Orthopedics proudly providing the central Wisconsin community with orthopedic, sports medicine, spine, and physical therapy services. Stevens Point Orthopedics, world-class treatment, hometown care, and Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Or learn more at nicolaybank.com today. Ryder Krasniewski leads off. And on the ground, chopper, going to be a tough play coming in is Filipiak. Fields throws. Nice pick by Locken at first, and they got him. Second time today that Krasniewski has been retired on a 5-3 putout. As Evan Zarneski will now step up. He singled and scored last inning. He also stole 2 bases. As Nahuda ready and deals his first one to Zarneski, as that is low. Nice pick back there by Zebro. 1 ball and no strikes. (1-0). And outside, 2-0. Balls, no strikes. Here it is. And that is in there. Hits the high top of the zone. Here's the 2-1. And Zarneski lines one back up the middle, a base hit. Second hit of the day for Zarneski. That was just a missile. Both hits have been to straightaway center. He snuck one on the ground last time, and that was just a whistler right up the middle. Man on, 1 down, and Sawyer Elsner coming up. Sawyer Elsner struck out his last time up. 1 for 1 today. Nahuda ready, deals first pitch, and that hit Elsner. It did. I didn't know if that hit Elsner or the bat. It was pretty close, but they say it hit Elsner, and he will reach. As Evan Wilkins will now step up. Wilkins 1 for 1 with a single. He also scored. And again, for the third straight inning, Mosinee pitching in some trouble. Single and a hit batter. Small break in the action. Wilkins ready to dig in. Locken shaded in a few feet, and first pitch is high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Wilkins. Motion from Zarneski. You know he'll run. He had 2 stolen bases last inning, and there he goes in a foul ball. That actually saved Mosinee because the double steal was on. Here's the 1-1 and a foul ball, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Wilkins. This is a big batter for Nahuda. Could use a strikeout right here. Wilkins trying to extend the lead for Medford, at least load the bases. 1-2. And a kind of excuse me safety swing. He fouled it off. One ball, 2 strikes on Wilkins once again. Here it is. And Wilkins, fly ball into left field. Yurkowski going back, calls for it, makes the catch. Runners will retreat. And there are 2 down. So 2 out. And that'll bring on Sam Hillmeyer. He walked and scored last inning. And we're going to get a courtesy runner for Zarneski as Reston Krasniewski will pinch run. Check on Krasniewski at second. First pitch to Hillmeyer down low. Nice block by Zebro. 1-0. Here's the 1-0. And on the ground to second base. Bars is there. Takes a wicked hop. He fields and throws. And takes care of Hillmeyer. Rocky start, but Nahuda gets through it and puts up a 0. First scoreless inning put up by Mosinee pitching today. We're going to the bottom of the third. It's still 4-1 Medford. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Four to 1 Medford as we enter the bottom of the third. Scoreless inning put up by Mosinee in the top half. Today's game is brought to you by Lee's Piggly Wiggly and Mosinee Family Chiropractic. Thank you to these wonderful local Mosinee favorites for bringing us today's game. Game is also brought to you by Mutual of Wausau Insurance. They've been protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Nahuda leads off. First pitch, big cut and a miss, 0-1. And Strebig has found his groove. He had a bit of a rocky start. He had an excellent second inning, 2 Ks and a ground out. Oops. As down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Break-even pitch from Strebig. And Nahuda, chopper in front of the plate. Coming in, charging and fielding is Strebig. He throws to first. And it's in time for the out. 1-3 on the putout. And 1 gone and back to the top of the order with Tyler Bars. Tyler Bars. 1 for 1 today with a single. He also scored the only Mosinee run so far. First pitch to Bars, and Bars takes one on the outside corner, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Bars. Here it is. And Bars, a swing and a miss. Might have been a foul ball regardless, 0-2. To the 0-2. And outside, 1-2 now. So 1-2. And down low, count even 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And a swing and a miss, and putting the tag on is Zarneski. 4th strikeout of the day for Strebig. And 2 down, that'll bring on Elliot Yurkovsky. Yurkovsky grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. It went 6-4. First pitch from Strebig is in there for a strike. That upper right corner. It's a lot easier on TV when you have the box in front of you showing the strike zone. It's the 0-1. And that hugs the lower part of the zone, 0-2. As Strebig finding about every angle of that strike zone right now. No balls, 2 strikes on Yurkovsky. The 0-2. And down low, 1-2. One-two to Yurkovsky, and a fly ball, and a pop-up, actually, and Krasniewski can't make the play. And it looks like that'll be an E4. I'd have to imagine that would be an E4. That was a very catchable ball. It's tough to tell if it went off the glove. It certainly looked like it did. I'm ruling it an error. That's me. That's just, I also tend to be a little harsher with what I rule hits versus errors. First pitch to Locken is in the dirt. Nice block by Zarneski. As Locken stays put. Sorry, as Yurkovsky stays put. One ball, no strikes on Locken. And taking off and going to second is Yurkovsky, and he'll get there without a throw. Heck of a jump by Yurkovsky, and Strebig just, I don't think he ever saw him. It was a strike to Locken. Count is even, 1-1. Strebig takes a look at Yurkovsky and now fires the 1-1. And Locken a big cut and a miss, 1-2. Big spot for Mosinee. They got a break on an error. Here's the 1-2. And Locken got a piece of it, stays alive. Here's the 1-2. And Locken, a high chopper, going to be a tough play. And there'll be no play by Krasniewski. Yurkowski retreats back to third. That'll be an infield hit for Brady Locken. That would have been a tough play regardless, whether it was fielded by Krasniewski or Lisner. And runners at the corners. Inning continues now for Carter Fondre, who was 1 for 1 with a single. A good job by Locken, falling down 0-2 to extend that at bat. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. First pitch to Fondre, and Fondre takes one for a strike on the outside. Oh, 1. And bounce in the dirt. Nice play by Zarneski. Evan Zarneski has saved at least, well, he saved a run with that one. He also prevented a runner from advancing earlier in this inning. He's made 2 very nice blocks in this inning. Count even, 1-1. Here's a break-even pitch. Fondre takes one outside. Locken's going down to second, and not a bad decision by Zarneski to whip that one to Strebig in case Yurkowski got a little greedy on going down the line. But Locken goes to second. Runners at second and third now with 2 outs. And it's 2-1 on Fondre. Here is the 2-1. And Fondre takes one high, 3-1. And Strebig starting to... Strebig was in a groove for a while, and now he's starting to lose a little bit of his control. It only takes 1 pitch, though, to get out of this. Here's a 3-1. And Fondre fouls it off. Count is full. Strebig hitting the 50-pitch mark here in the third. Still at a good spot in terms of pitches in a 7-inning game. Full count. Strebig takes a look at Yurkowski. Locken at second. Fires a 3-2. And Fondre takes one outside. I guess I was wrong with the count. Now it's full. I swear I thought I counted 4 balls. I guess I was wrong. Nobody's arguing about it, so. Here's a 3-2. And now that is ball 4, and Yurkowski coming to the plate, and he's going to score. Locken goes to third. It's a 4-2 game and a little 2-out rally. And Coach Schmidt on his way out there. Will this be the end of the day talk, or will this just be a little meeting on the mound? We'll see. Does not appear to be an end of the day talk the way they are conversing. Sebastian Anderson will step up with the tying run at first base. Anderson 0 for 1. He grounded out to second to end the first inning. As Zarneski conversing with the infield before Anderson steps in. Strebig trying to keep it at 4-2. Here it is, and taking off, and that bounces away. Locken coming to the plate, and he's going to score. Fondre goes to second. It's a 1-run game. it's a 4-3 game. And now the tying run is at second for Anderson. Ahead in the count, 1-0. That one I'm sure. I know the count is right this time. There's only been one pitch. Fondre aggressive lead, a cut and a miss. Count even 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And Anderson on the ground to first, and that's going to be a tough play for Krasniewski. Throw to first, and it kicks away. It goes off the glove of Strebig. Coming to the plate is Fondre. He's going to score! I don't think I've ever seen that before, where I think the ball took Paulson's glove off. Somebody's glove came off. I don't know whose it was. Might have actually been Strebig. I don't even know how you rule that. I think maybe that's a throwing error. I'm not sure. I don't really know how I'm going to rule that one. Either way, the game is tied. Heads up base running by Fondre to see that ball kick away and just bust it down the line. And that is in there for a strike, 0-1 on Filipiak. I'm going to rule that a hit only because it kind of looked like Anderson might have been safe even if the throw was a good one. That bounced in the dirt. Nice block by Zarneski. So that's what we're going to go with. Again, I do not claim to be a professional when it comes to scoring. I haven't really seen that in quite a while. There is some action in the Medford bullpen. Somebody is getting loose. I can't really tell from here who it is. And a foul ball, and it is 1-2 on Filipiak. Thank you, Brendan. Charlie Garrell, the DH, getting loose in the bullpen. I think he will only come in if this inning continues, and that is right down Main Street, and Filipiak is gone. As that is the 5th strikeout of the day for Strebig, but damage done. 3 2-out runs for Mosinee. We are all even at 4. Brand new ball game. We'll be back after this.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Okay, we're back. Will Wojcik ready to dig in for Medford. Top 3, Wojcik, Lisner, and Strebig due up for the Medford Raiders. For all your auto repair needs, Mosinee and Rothschild turn to John's Auto Repair just north of Business 51 in Mosinee. Auto repair you can trust to have it done right and get on your way. John's Auto Repair. Nahuda back out for another inning. He did a good job keeping Medford scoreless last inning, and now he's working in a completely different sense, tie game as opposed to a 4-1 deficit. As Wojcik ready to dig in. Wojcik has walked twice today and has scored a run. He scored back in the first. Huda deals, and a foul ball. Count even, 1-1. And that is in there for a strike. Again, a little bit of a delayed strike call sometimes. My favorite still had to be, there was a time we were playing Spash in high school. One of the umpires was, well, I'll tell you in a second. Here's the 1-2, and that is high. Count even 2-2. A friend of mine struck out, and the umpire went, strike 3. Still one of my favorite high school baseball moments. Here's the 2-2, and a foul ball. Count remains 2-2. A nice quick inning would be good for Nahuda. It's the 2-2. And just a bit high. Didn't miss by much. And a good take from Wojcik. Got to tell you, I probably wouldn't have laid off that one. That was a good take. Full count, 3-2. And called strike 3. Say, not that much different from the pitch before it. And Brendan said makeup call. I kind of have to agree with him a little bit. Either way, one down, and the first strikeout of the day. Sorry, second strikeout of the day for Nahuda. And Lisner, first pitch swinging. Nahuda fields, throws, has time, and he retires Parker Lisner. That is a big out. Lisner has not been easy to retire today. He was 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. So 2 up and 2 down, and that'll bring on Hayden Strebig, who is 0 for 2, grounded out to second and is struck out. First pitch, Strebig takes one just a bit outside, 1-0. I was kind of surprised Lisner jumped. I mean, I know he jumped on the first pitch the last time, but when you would almost think they'd be reluctant to pitch to you a little bit. Big cut and a miss from Strebig, count even 1-1. Strebig was looking to crush that one all the way to Merrill. 1-1. Strebig fouls one off, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Strebig. Nahuda ready, trying to get a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 1-2. And on the ground to second base. Barr's got it. Fields on a hop. Throw to first. And in time. And a quick, scoreless inning and a nice inning for Nahuda. As the Raiders go in order, we have played 3.5. It is still all even at 4 on Zaleski Sports. We'll be back after these messages.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Bottom of the 4th inning here in Mosinee, all even at 4. Is Treef Stoffel ready to dig in? Yeah. As Treef Stoffel, Noah Zebro, and Zach Nahuda will dig in against Trebig. We'll see how long he goes. We did see Charlie Garrell warming up in the bullpen for Medford. First pitch, and way outside on Stoffel, 1-0. Well, then he scored 3 runs last inning, and a 1-0. 1-1.
Slowly figure this out.
Break-even pitch. Stoffel takes a strike. 1-2. Stoffel 0 for 1. He struck out his last time up. One-two from Strebig. And Stoffel a cut and a miss, and he is out. 6th strikeout of the day for Strebig. And that'll bring on Noah Zebro. Zebro 0 for 1, grounded out to second. First time up, he takes a low strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And Zebro, nice. And, oh, sorry, I thought he picked it. Scoots past Krasnewski. Wow, I really thought he picked that. I thought that would have been impressive. I don't even know if he would have gotten Zebro, but still, either way, it's a hit. Wow, that really fooled me. That had quite some heat on it. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. Bryson Savikis will come in and pitch run. A little surprised they did that with only 1 out, but I also can understand just because he's the catcher. Zach Nahuda will step in. Nahuda grounded out to Strebig last inning. He was the first out of the 3rd, and Nahuda cut and a miss, 0-1. Huda has provided a big boost on the mound today. Picked up for Ethan Oatman. Here's the 0-1, and back with the dive is Zebro. Sorry, Savikis, I apologize, is running. The 0-1 to Nahuda. And Nahuda on the ground, fielded by Strebig, throw to second, and they get one, throw to first, off the bag, safe. Savikis is out at second. Nahuda able to leg it out. It goes 1-6 on the putout, on the fielder's choice. That throw just took Paulson a little bit off the bag. If it was a better throw, it would have been close. We'll just put it that way. As Tyler Bars will step up, 1 for 2 with a single. He scored a run and he is struck out. And that bounces, gets away from Zarneski, and going to second base is Nahuda. Strebig takes a look at second, fires, and the 1-0 is in there for a strike. Count even 1-1. Go ahead runners at second base. Mosinee has not led in this game. It's a break-even pitch. And a big cut and a miss. It skips away from Zarneski. And going to third is Nahuda. Didn't know if that was tipped or not. Certainly didn't sound like it, and I was correct with my assumption. Runner at third, 2 outs. Bars down on the count, 1-2. Strebig checks on Nahuda at third. Fires the 1-2. And a foul tip. Bars just got a piece of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looks like Zarneski might have gotten clipped or something. Coach Schmidt just coming out to make sure he's all right. Looks like he's fine. A small meeting is over. 1 ball, 2 strikes on bars. It's 1-2. And a swing and a miss. It kicks away from Zarneski. He'll have to secure it at first. Throw to first is high. And I don't know if he just tagged him, but either way, the inning is over. Another strikeout, 7th of the day for Strebig. We have played 4 complete. We are tied at 4. We're going to the 5th. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Top of the 5th inning, all even at 4 here in Mosinee. Seifert Electric services the Mosinee and Wausau areas with the best in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical services, from simple jobs to new construction and thermal imaging projects to identify electrical problems. For all of your electrical needs, look to Seifert Electric. And for your next new vehicle purchase, check out Dahl Honda and Dahl Chrysler in Stevens Point. With these 2 dealerships, you're sure to find just the vehicle you're looking for. Browse the selection online or just stop in person and see for yourself at Dahl Honda just off Stanley Street and at Dahl Chrysler on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Charlie Garrell ready to dig in, 0 for 2. He's struck out looking and grounded out to first. And the first pitch to Garrell is a fair ball. Nahuda fields. He's got to hurry. Throw to first is high, and it kicks off the glove of Locke, and it goes down the right field line. And I don't think Garrell quite realized it got away from Locken. And that'll be an E1. Throwing error on Nahuda. And the leadoff man is on for Medford. Ryder Krasnewski is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to third twice, and throw back over and back with a dive is Garrell. Low throw, nice pick by Locken on that pickoff attempt. Huda ready and deals the first pitch. And in there for a strike, 0-1. Huda ready and deals. Taking off is Garrell. Zebros throw down to second. Going to be close. And in there with a dive and safe is Charlie Garrell. It's 0-2. Garrell, another leadoff second. Will he jump again? We'll see. 0-2. And a little low. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Nahuda takes a look at Garrell and fires the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day for Nahuda. And 1 gone, and that'll bring on Sawyer Elsner. 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out. I'm sorry, Zarneski, I apologize. 2 for 2. Completely different story. He's 2 for 2. He's singled and scored a run. Singled twice, actually. So that is high. Well, no strikes on Zarneski. Check on the runner, 1-0. And in there for a strike. Throw down to third, and nice block at third by Filipiak. As Garrell goes to third. Count even at a ball and a strike. And on the ground is short. Coming and charging to Stoffel. His only play is first, and a nice pick by Locken. It's an RBI ground out for Zarneski. And now Sawyer Elsner will come up. He is 0 for 1, a strikeout, and has been hit by a pitch. And first pitch to Elsner is in there for a strike, 0-1. Once again, Mosinee will have to play from behind. They tied it. Medford regains the lead. 0-1. And a little low, count even 1-1. It's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One, two. Elsner fouls one off the dugout. Count remains 1-2. You know, that last play, Stoffel thought about going home. It was a smart decision that he didn't, because they would have gotten no outs on the players. The 1-2 and a foul ball. Elsner stays in. And obviously you want to try to cut the runner down at home, but I don't think they had a shot at cutting down Charlie Garrell. He had a good jump on the contact, especially when you know that it's going to be on the ground. Here's the 1-2. And just a bit high, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Here it is. And that's a called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning, and the inning is over. Medford takes the lead, RBI ground out by Evan Zarneski. 5-4 Raiders. We're going to the bottom of the 5th.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Bottom of the 5th inning, as Elliot Yurkovsky will dig in, 0 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and reached on an error. He has scored, He scored a run in the 3rd inning. And first pitch low and inside, 1-0 on Yurkovsky. Yurkovsky reached on an error with 2 outs. That was the beginning of that 2-out rally for Mosinee. An error has kick-started the last big scoring boost for both teams. Garrell reached on an error. 2 balls and no strikes. That one was pretty close, the last pitch. 2-0 to Yurkovsky. And on the ground to first, and cutting it off is Paulson. He's going to feed Strebig. Throw to first, not in time. That was a tough play. A good job by Paulson to field that, and Strebig was just a little too late getting there to cover, and that should be a base hit. And Brady Locken will step in. Locken, 1 for 2, a strikeout and infield hit. He also scored a run back in that third inning. As a tying run now on first base for Mosinee. And the bullpen, Charlie Garrell once again getting loose. And ball in the dirt, and Zarneski couldn't handle it, and going to second base without a throw is Yurkovsky. It hasn't been a great day for either catcher, I'll just be honest. Zarneski has made some excellent blocks behind the plate, but just a couple of mistakes by both catchers have resulted in a couple of runs for each team. Here's the 1-0. And Locken on the ground to second base. Krasniewski bobbles, fields, throws, and they get Locken by a step. Yurkovsky goes to third, a productive out. It goes 4-3 on the putout.
Next up, number 6, Carter Fondre.
And if you're Coach Cook, you won't mind that out. I mean, obviously you would prefer a base hit, but still moves the runner. And Carter Fondre will step up. He has singled and walked and scored a run today. He has also driven in a run. He drove in. What is droove? I got to say, I was about to say that word. I don't know what that word is. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Balls, 1 strike on Fondre. Strebig takes a look over at Yurkovsky. Here's the 0-1, and bit high, count even 1-1. I could tell Coach Schmidt wanted that to be a strike. I could see his reaction. One, and Fondre fouls it off. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Strebig ready and deals. And that's low. Count even 2-2. Tying run 90 feet away. Sebastian Anderson on deck. Here's the 2-2. And outside, count is full. This very well may be Strebig's last batter. We'll see. Kind of will depend on what happens. 3-2. And that is ball 4. That's high. And will not be Strebig's last batter. Maybe Garrell needs a little more time to warm up. I don't know how much time has passed, I should say, since he last warmed up. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Still a double play opportunity. As Sebastian Anderson, 1 for 2, grounded out to second. Going down to second, and again, we've seen that twice today as Fondre takes the bag, no problem. Again, that's actually a smart play by Medford. One ball, no strikes on Anderson. Here's the 1-0, and hits the outside corner, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, sorry, it's 0-2. Okay, apparently. I didn't really think that first pitch was a strike, but all right. 0-2. And Anderson, big cut and a miss, and that's a big out for Strebig. And even if he gets out of this scoreless, this would be probably Strebig's last batter right here in Parker Filipiak, trying to get through 5. Filipiak 0 for 2. He struck out twice. And Garrell done warming up, so we'll see what happens First pitch to Flipiak. And that hits the low part of the zone, 0-1. Balls, 1 strike. Here it is. And Flipiak takes another one, 0-2. That off speed just hit the top of that zone. Good pitch. And Strebig, biggest pitch of the day for him. No balls, 2 strikes. Strebig takes a look again. The 0-2. And on the ground, going to be a tough play. Krasniewski comes, fields, throws, and that takes care of Mosinee in the 5th. Strebig gets out of it, and it remains a 1-run game. 5-4 Medford. We go to the 6th.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
For more than 30 years, Seifert Electric has been providing electrical and thermal imaging for residential, commercial, and industrial customers. This family-owned and operated company knows the importance of communication between the electrician and their customers, with a focus towards efficient and quality service. From simple electrical needs, like light fixtures and circuit adjustments, to wiring new construction building sites, you can put your trust in Seifert Electric. Serving all of central and northern Wisconsin, look to Seifert Electric for all your electrical and thermal imaging needs.
Evan Wilkins ready to lead things off for Medford here in the top half of the 6th. As an excellent job by Hayden Strebig to get out of a big jam last inning. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out. He struck out Sebastian Anderson, and then he got Parker Flipiak to ground out to second base. So excellent job by Strebig. Not the prettiest of outings, but he got through 5. That's about all Coach Chandler Schmidt could ask for him. From home projects, home repair, to sporting goods, rental services, and automotive, no matter your need, turn to Charlie's Hardware and Mosinee to get the job done. Leave it to Charlie's Hardware because you got work to do. First pitch, and whoa! That's why they put screens in front of dugouts. As Evan Wilkins, 1 for 2, he singled and scored, and then he flew out to left. Here's the 0-1. And that is in there for a strike, 0-2. Huda ready and deals the 0-2. Swing and a miss, got him. Wilkins strikes out on 3 pitches. Sam Hillmeyer will step back in. First pitch. Hillmeyer takes a strike. Very wide zone and low zone today. Here's the 0-1. And didn't miss by much. 1-1. Break-even pitch from Nahuda. And inside. 2-1. Zach Nahuda sitting at a pretty good spot pitch count-wise. 53 pitches into the 6th. Here's the 2-1. And low and outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Kind of want to get Hillmeyer here. You don't want to have runners on at the top of the order. 3-1 and ball 4. Second walk for Hillmeyer today. Puts him at 0 for 1 and what might be his last at-bat. We'll see. As Will Wojcik will step in. 0 for 1, 2 walks and a strikeout. Guy you don't want to see on deck, Parker Lisner, coming up. First pitch. Outside, 1-0. So 1-0. Taking off is Hillmeyer, and that kicks into the outfield. There was nobody covering, really. I think they were maybe trying to slap the tag on him as he was coming in, but the way Hillmeyer swiped second. Two balls, no strikes on Wojciech. 2-0. And that is high, 3-0. Now Nahuda having a bit of some trouble finding the zone. 7 straight balls. 3 balls, no strikes. Squaring to bunt and pulling it back, and now that kicks away from Zebro, and going to third is Hillmeyer. Back-to-back walks as Parker Lisner will step up, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 singles, and he grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Not a guy you want up with runners at the corners and only 1 out. And taking off and going down to second, throw by Zebro, and that is kicking into the outfield and coming in to score is Hillmeyer. Throw to third, and safe at third is Wojciech. Six to 4 Medford. That was a very close play at third. Lisner takes a strike. Lisner on the ground is short. Stoffel fields. Stoffel's going to go home with it. Throw to the plate, and it skips in front of Zebro. Another run is in. In to score is Wojciech. And Mosinee just not making plays right now. And taking off is Lisner. That's a foul ball. Foul by Strebig. On 1 on Strebig. Throw back to first, and Lisner back with a dive. Back again is Lisner. That one was a little closer. Here's the 0-1 high. Throw down to second by Zebro, and eight stolen bases for Medford today. Here's a 1-1. And Strebig, a big cut and a miss. 1-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. And a foul tip. 1-2. Inning started well. A 3-pitch strikeout of Evan Wilkins for Nahuda, but then it just kind of fell apart after that. 1-2. That is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two runs in for Medford. The ball has not left the infield yet in this inning. It's 2-2. And another foul ball. Strebig hanging tough. Getting Nahuda work for this out. It's 2-2. And a liner into left field. That is down for a base hit. Yurkovsky fields coming around third and trying to score is Lisner. And he will score in without a does draw a throw either way. RBI single for Hayden Strebig. And it is 8-4 in favor of Medford. As Charlie Garrell now step up. Over 3, struck out, grounded out to first, and reached on an error. He's also scored a run last inning. Scored the go-ahead run at the time. Big insurance inning right now for Medford. They're up 8-4. And going and taking second base, throw down to second. We're going to have a play, and this time they got him. Strebig gunned down. And finally, a little relief on what has been a tough day behind the plate for Noah Zebro. So 2 outs. And now Garrell. Here it is. And that is in there, 1-2. The 1-2 again. And a swing and a miss, and he got him. And the inning is over. Damage done. 3 more for Medford. They are on top 8-4. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Mosinee needs some help.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Treve Stoffel ready to lead things off, and Mosinee needs a big inning here. Try to get back in this game, trailing 8-4. Medford trying to hold on and get a huge early conference win. From residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Give them a call or find them online at newtonelec.com. Treve Stoffel ready to dig in. First pitch from Strebig, and on the ground to short, going to be a tough play. Throw to first, and that gets away. it would have been close regardless. Even if Lisner made a better throw, I still think that Stoffel might have dug that one out. That'll be an E6. It's one of those where you could rule it either way, but I think the throw helps constitute the error. As Noah Zebro will step up. He is 1 for 2 today, single and a ground out to second, and that is actually what Mosinee needed, a base runner. Again, the leash for Strebig is short. He's at 90 pitches. First pitch. And Zebro takes a strike. Mosinee had a big opportunity. Runners at second and third with 1 out last inning. But 2 big outs from Strebig, including a strikeout and then the ground out from Parker Filipiak. And that is low, count even 1-1. Help keep it a 5-4 game, and then a big 3-run rally for Medford in the top half of the 6th. 8-4. And back to first with a dive is Treef Stoffel. Three big deals. And that is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Charlie Garrell getting loose. And this might be his last batter. And time call by the umpire. Here's a 2-1. And that is way outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Nice play by Zarneski to go after that one. Three balls and 1 strike. Strebig takes a look at Stoffel and fires a 3-1. And that is way outside again. It's ball 4. And an error and now a walk to start the inning. Runners at second and first with nobody out. And now Coach Schmidt on his way out there. And that will be the end of the day for Hayden Strebig. A decent outing. He's going to go 5 innings with 8 strikeouts. Not a bad outing, but we will take a commercial break. We'll be back after this, and the new pitcher, Charlie Garrell, after this on Zaleski Sports.
Selling your car to Doll Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Doll Auto. Simple.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Things getting a little interesting. A pitching change being made here in Mosinee as Charlie Garrell now in for Coach Schmidt and the Raiders with Medford on top 8-4. Runners at second and first, though, with nobody out for Mosinee here in the bottom half of the 6th as Zach Nahuda will dig in against Charlie Garrell. The next time you shop your insurance, call Brad Krecklau and Ian Pierce, your full-service rural mutual insurance agents in Marshfield. Call 715-384-2886 today. Again, that's 715-384-2826. TRW Auto Body in Mosinee offers top-quality collision repair. They'll have your vehicle back the way it was quickly and efficiently while offering 24-hour towing and courtesy loaner vehicles and a lifetime warranty on their work. That's TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, your friendly fender bender mender. It looks like Garrell is ready. And Stoffel reached on an error to open the inning and then a walk to Noah Zebro. Now Zach Nahuda, who has grounded out to the pitcher and reached on a fielder's choice, who was stranded at third last inning. Sorry, back in the 4th, I apologize. And Nahuda squaring to bunt. And he gets it down. It's a good one. Zarneski fields. There's going to be a play at first. The low throw, and he didn't stay on the bag. Krasniewski, I thought he picked it at first. And I don't know what you'll rule that. I don't know if that's a fielding error, and we'll rule that a throwing error, I guess, on Zarneski. I mean, there could be blame on either side. The bases are loaded with nobody out. And Tyler Bars, 1 for 3, a single, and 2 strikeouts. First pitch, Bars way outside. Not the spot you want to be if you're Medford right now. Bases loaded, nobody out on the top of the order. It's a 1-0. And a liner down the left field line. That is a foul ball. Yeah, and that was a perfect bunt. Even if he had been thrown out, that was a perfect bunt by Nahuda. It's the 1-1. Bars takes one low, 2-1. Balls, 1 strike on Bars. Here it is. And hits the corner, 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes. This is a big pitch coming up here for Garrell. Two. And Bars fouls it off, out of play. He stays alive. Sounds like that hit a car. Can definitely say it's not mine. Somebody would have to really crank one foul to hit my car. Generally, if somebody says ooh at a ballpark, that doesn't usually 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bars. Here it is. And Bars sends another one foul. That hung up longer than I thought it was going to. Either way, the at-bat continues for Bars. Bars making Garrell work. 6, as this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Two. And down low, count is full, and nowhere to put him for Charlie Garrell. Two errors and a walk so far in this inning. Full count now on Tyler Bars. Here's a 3-2. And Bars called strike 3. Just hit that outside corner, and what a big pitch from Charlie Garrell. There's one down for Elliot Yurkovsky. Yurkovsky has reached on a fielder's choice. He has scored twice, and he also singled. He was stranded at third last inning. 1 out. First pitch. And Yurkovsky, big rip and a miss, 0-1. Balls, 1 strike on Yurkovsky. Again, Garrell inhabited bases loaded. Well, he inhabited 2 runners on, nobody out. Then they loaded the bases on the bunt/error. They got a strikeout. And Yurkovsky back up the middle, a base hit. Stoffel is in. They're going to wave home Savaitis. The throw is cut off. Throw to the plate. Savaitis is safe. Got under the tag. Both runners are going to move up. Nahuda to third and Yurkovsky to second. It's a 2 RBI single. Heck of a slide by Bryson Savaitis. And Brady Locken will step up. It's an 8-6 game. And the tying run now at second base, which is huge if both those runners were able to move up. Number 1, it eliminates an easy double play. First pitch. And Locken takes a strike. 1. And he went. That was iffy. Could have gone either way. Here's the 0-2. Lock-in takes one low, 1-2. Didn't know about that one. Didn't know if he was going to call it or not. One, two. Lock-in pops one up. Foul territory. Zarneski is back, and he dropped it. Lock-in able to stay alive. One ball, 2 strikes. Garrell ready and deals. Lock-in takes one outside. Count even, 2-2. One, two. Lock-in on the ground is short. Lisner fields is going to have to make a quick throw to first, and in time. Nahuda scores. Goes 6-3 on the putout. It's a 1-run game. Yurkowski stays at second. Close play, but the right call by this umpiring crew. So they get Brady Lock-in by a step. That was a good throw by Parker Lisner. 2 out. And Carter Fondre will dig in. First pitch. Fondre on the ground to third. That's going to sneak through, a base hit. Yurkowski rounding third. There's going to be a play. Throw to the plate. It's on line throw, and he is out at the plate. What a throw in left field by Hillmeyer. It was very close. The inning is over. I actually kind of looked like at one angle that maybe Yurkowski might have gotten under that tag, but either way, the inning is over. It's a 1-run game, 8-7. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages as we go to the 7th.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Top of the 7th inning as Zach Nahuda back out for another inning. As Ryder Krasniewski Krasniewski 0 for 3. He's grounded out to third twice and struck out. First pitch. And a big cut and a miss, 0-1. Still a productive inning for Mosinee. They got back in the game. 8-7. Oh, excuse me, 0-1. Low. Count even 1-1. break even. And inside, 2-1. Mosinee, what you need to do now is you need to keep Medford where they're at. Medford, if you're Medford, you want to try to add a couple, maybe even just 2. Much different scenario going into the bottom of the 7th. And the 2-1 is in there for a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And a check swing, and that'll go out of play. Almost a nice catch by a fan over there. Thought he had it. Went off his hand. Here's the 2-2. And that is fouled out of play. Krasnewski's, sorry, I should say. As Nahuda sitting at 79 pitches right now. Here's the 2-2, and that's a called strike 3. Down he goes.
Next up for Medford, number 21, Evan Zarneski.
As Evan Zarneski back up. He is 2 for 3 today. 2 singles and a ground out. He had an RBI ground out. That is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Back in the 5th inning, that gave Medford the lead back after it was tied 4-4. Made it a 5-4 game. That is low, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on Zarneski. Here it is. And low and outside, 3-0. It's a 3-0 from Nahuda. And that is in there for a strike. Generous call. Three balls and 1 strike. Nahuda deals. And a big cut and a miss. Count is full, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Zarneski. It's 3-2. And called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. Actually, that's 3 straight strikeouts if you want to go back to last inning for Nahuda. And 2 outs, and that will bring on Reston Krasnewski, now batting instead of Sawyer Elsner. See if he will go into right field. First pitch. And Krasnewski takes a strike, 0-1. And that is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. If Mosinee ties it and doesn't win in the bottom half of this inning, I would maybe think this would be Nahuda's last inning. That's in there for a strike, 1-2, as he's about to hit the 90 pitch mark. We'll see what Coach Cook wants to do. 1-2. And that hit him. Another thing you really want to do with 2 strikes and 2 outs. 2-out base runner, and Evan Wilkins will now step up. Wilkins 1 for 3, singled, scored, flown out to left, and struck out. And this very well could be Nahuda's last batter if Wilkins reaches. And Wilkins' big cut and a miss. Might have got a piece of it. Either way, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Nahuda ready and deals. High. Count even 1-1. One. And in there for a low strike, 1-2. 1-2, and a liner into left field, a base hit. Wisniewski stops at second. It's a 2-out single for Evan Wilkins, his second hit of the day.
Next up, number 8, Sam Hillmeyer.
As Sam Hillmeyer will step up, and Huda will stay out. Hillmeyer has walked twice and grounded out for 1 officially, and a liner back up the middle and into the gap. Around third, coming in to score is Krasniewski. Wilkins on his way to third. It's an RBI single for Sam Hillmeyer. A huge add-on run for Medford. 9-7 Raiders.
Next up for Medford, number 3, Will Wojcik.
Will Wojcik back to the top of the order. Again, Nahuda was 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. And another run is in, 9-7. Want to try to keep it as small as damage as possible. Medford trying to keep adding on. First pitch is high, 1-0 on Wojcik. Wojcik 0 for 1. He's walked 3 times. He's scored twice. And he struck out back in the 4th. 1-0. And Wojcik fouls it off, 1-1. Count even, 1-1. Huda sitting at 96 pitches. It's a 1-1. And Wojcik checks his swing. It's 2-1. Here's a 2-1. And that is inside. It's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on Wojcik. 3-1. And didn't miss by much. That's ball 4. A 4th walk of the day for Wojcik. And Nahuda's day is done. And a new pitcher coming in, and it's going to be we will take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after this, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Take your education out of the classroom and give new spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
Caden Kalaji is the new pitcher for Mosinee, as he will face Parker Lisner with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 1 run in already in for Medford. And it's really just trying to keep it where it is right now. A good day for Zach Nahuda. He kept Mosinee in it. Fortunately, some errors did not go their way. Kalaji, his first pitch. And Lisner fouls it off. 0-1. Lisner grounded into a fielder's choice and scored a run. He also reached on a bad throw. He has singled twice, and he's grounded out to the pitcher today. The 0-1. Lisner sends one foul, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And that's sent to foul again. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 once again from Kalaji. And sent foul again. First 3 due up for Mosinee in the bottom half of this inning will be Anderson, Filipiak, and Stoffel. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And a fly ball down the right field line. Wood over in the corner, and he makes the catch. And Lisner is very frustrated. It was a good thing that Wood was playing so close to the line. Otherwise, I don't think he might have made that catch. Either way, the inning is over. A huge add-on run, though, for Medford. They lead it 9-7. 3 outs away from a win. We'll be back after this.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Sebastian Anderson ready to lead it off against Charlie Garrell here in the bottom half of the 7th. 9-7 Medford. Mosinee has never led in this game. It's been tied on 2 occasions. Largest lead has been 4 for Medford. It was an 8-4 game going into the bottom half of last inning. Mosinee cut it to 8-7. An add-on run, though, on an RBI single by Sam Hillmeyer in the 7th made it 9-7 as Anderson takes a strike, 0-1. Mosinee's had some chances to either take the lead and or make it closer. And they've stranded a couple of runners in big spots. 0-1. And that's a fair ball that hits the mound. Coming in as Lisner. He fields, he throws, and he throws out Anderson by plenty. 6-3 on the putout. There's 1 gone here in the 7th. As Parker Filipiak will come to the plate. Filipiak 0 for 3. He struck out twice and grounded out to second. First pitch. Filipiak flies one down the right field line, hooking foul, and it will one. Here it is. And just high. 1-1. It wasn't high by much. And that's in the dirt. Gets away. 2-1. Can't believe I thought that was a strike. Don't ask me why. It's 2-1. Flipiak takes another one high. 3-1. I think deep down he kind of wanted to take a whack at it. It was a good thing he didn't. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here it is. And Flipiak lines one into center field, backing up and making the catch is Wilkins. Flipiak tagged it, but right in the track of Wilkins. He actually barely had to move. And there are 2 down, and the last hope for Mosinee is Treves Stoffel. Hayden Strebig is at first base. He was the pitcher for most of the game till last inning. That hits the outside. 0-1 on Stoffel. Stoffel 0 for 3. He struck out twice, and he's reached on an error. He scored a run. That was last inning. Stoffel takes a strike. 0-2. And Mosinee down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And on the ground to third. That is a fair ball. Stoffel, I go back to first, and he will. I don't think Stoffel thought that was a fair ball at first. I didn't know that was going to stay fair. And I'm going to rule that a hit for now. So game continues. Noah Zebro. He's grounded out to second, singled, and walked. He scored a run as well. First pitch, Zebro takes one low. Nice block by Zarneski. Stoffel with a small lead at first. And time called by the umpire. One-0. Zebro takes one low and inside. 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Here it is. Zebro takes one outside. 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. It's a 3-0. That is high, a 4-pitch walk. And really, none of those pitches were close. So, Zach Nahuda will step up. Nahuda has grounded out to the pitcher, reached on a fielder's choice, and reached on an error. As a meeting on the mound, this is not going to be a pitching change. There's been nobody warming up in Medford's bullpen. This is Charlie Garrell's game, and this is his last out to get, as Bryson Savaitis will come in to pinch run. Nahuda bunted. It was a beautiful bunt. I don't see him doing that this time. Runners at second and first. Only 2 outs. There's 2 outs. 9-7 Medford. Tyler Barr is waiting on deck. It's been a tough day for Barrs at the plate ever since his first at bat. Nahuda digs in. Nahuda, big cut and a miss. 0-1. A 1. Nahuda, little flare into the grass, fielding it, and making the play as Krasniewski got him. What a play by Ryder Krasniewski. He was able to cut across in the grass, make a great throw, and Medford wins it 9-7. Mosinee made it interesting, but Charlie Garrow able to close it out, and Medford gets their first win of the season in a huge early conference win between two great teams. A great game today. Coming up next is our Merrill Steel post-game show, as we will play the ad and we'll have a chat with our highlight house player of the game, and we'll be back after these messages. Again, final score, Medford 9, Mosinee 7.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our three facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
All right. Merrill Steel postgame show. So, Coach, obviously, I'll start with you. Obviously, a tough, hard-fought game by both teams today. Just kind of take me. What was just what portions of the game do you feel like you guys just best executed today? I guess I'll just start with that.
Well, we talked all week in practice. We talked about how to just compete, flat out compete in the box, wanting the ball hit to us, and I think the guys accepted that challenge. I challenged the juniors this week as well, and we got a great outing out of Streebs. I told the seniors, I go, guys, this is your team, and we had 2 big senior hits at the end to give us a little insurance run, so I'll be on proud of the guys.
Obviously, one of the big plays was the defensive assist in the outfield that cut down what would have been the tie and run. Just kind of take me, was that, I mean, obviously, just defensively, obviously it's still early in the season, but just what have you guys have been working on in practice, just kind of in terms of that, I guess?
Yeah, we work on, now that we're outside, we work on it every day. Huge credit to Sammy. He just transitioned to outfield this year, and he's a senior, and he's a leader, and I got him, I think it was the 2nd inning when he didn't throw that first one. I go, why aren't you unleashing it? And then he unleashed it in that one, and obviously got the out, made a huge play.
All right, well, appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. All right, Charlie Garrell, our player of the game. So obviously, you came into a really tough spot, eventually with the base load with nobody out, but you were able to get through it. Just kind of take me, what was just said to you by Coach, even just coming in? Obviously, you had some time to warm up, but just a tough spot. Just kind of tell me what was told to you.
Yeah, he just told me to stay loose, stay confident. I got these guys behind me to back me up. And they did. They made some huge plays. Sammy with that one throw, he's huge. Just stay confident and just throw strikes is all he told me.
Yeah. So obviously, a big conference win here. A lot of season left, though. Just kind of take me, what do you feel like you guys need to work on and even just continue doing, just going on throughout the season?
Yeah, I think it was a great win, but we got to keep up with the bats. Keep hitting the balls hard, bearing up balls, and getting them out in the outfield and scoring runs. I mean, it's huge. It was a good game tonight.
All right. Appreciate it. So I'm just going to look in the camera. Yep. I'll count you down, and you'll just say your name and you're in the house, all right? 3, 2, 1.
I'm Charlie Garrell. I'm in the house.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. Final score, Medford 9, Mosinee 7. On behalf of Jack Weber and Brendan Retzloff, have a great night. We'll see you next time. Stay warm.